Yes.
Hello everyone, welcome to the class. Children, today I am not going to teach you anything new, but I'll be sharing with you something which is very important and which is going to help you to study well during this lockdown period. I know all the commerce students, some of those who are still waiting for their class 12th business studies subject to be over. It will be helpful to you if you use these tips, if you use these tricks. And I can assure you one thing, that these tricks and these stats that can help you score very good marks in the paper. Now we are fortunate, I say, because you have got time. And you can spend this time by using these stats and tricks in the best possible manner to fetch you very good marks. At times you feel that this subject is difficult. I have been talking about this in the class also. And many of you say that, ma'am, it becomes very difficult for me to comprehend the subject and to memorize it for long and also to present the paper. So, as I have got time, I just need all of you to focus on this success mantra, which I have been teaching students in the class also, how to score very good marks in business studies. So, children, as of now, you all know that this subject paper is of 80 marks. 80 marks. And if I ask you, what is the time duration allowed for attempting this paper? All of you would be saying, ma'am, 3 hours. Yes, that 3 hours is simply, I have written here 3 hours. It is simply the writing time. Apart from this 3 hours, 15 minutes time that is given to you for reading. Now, what do you do in that 15 minutes time once you are given the question paper? That is a big question, and how you utilize that time, that is also a big question. Now, once we get the question paper, many of us, we use that 15 minutes time in filling the entries, some of us on counting the sheets, some of us looking here and there, but we don't understand the significance of that 15 minutes valuable time which the board has allocated to all of us to utilize it sensibly. Those of who utilize that time wisely, they don't come up with the complaint later on कि मैम पेपर तो छूट गया, पेपर बहुत लेंदी था. For everyone, the number of questions, that is 34 questions which is asked in the business paper, each and every one has to attempt those 34 questions. Some of you are able to complete, others they come up by saying this. Why? Because of the lack of time management. Now the first and the foremost thing, that is why the first tip which I focus upon here is how to use this reading time. Now children, once you get the paper, what you should do is you should fill in the instructions, whatever is there to be filled in the answer copies within a span of 1 to 2 minutes. And after that, 12 to 13 minutes time, which is the reading time in which you are not allowed to write anything, you should focus your attention on reading the question. Now, which question you should read first? First of all, you should move to 6 marks question, which is the longest question. I have written the first point here. Focus your attention in reading and comprehending 5 to 6 marks question. Now, this is one such question which may be both direct or indirect. When I say direct, what does it mean? That means straight away the question is asked. It may be related to the importance, it may be related to feature, it may be related to limitations, anything. It is that time when you can recall the points which you have studied in your textbooks related with whatever lesson the question has been asked. If it is direct, it is easy. Only you need to memorize the point and recall. If it is indirect question, and that indirect question is basically related with case studies, where you need to understand what is there in the question and then you need to answer the question. So before reading that case study question, which is an indirect question, what you should do is, first of all, read the questions which is related with case study. Again, I am repeating. What you should do is, in case of indirect questions, you should read the questions first related with the case study, so that once you read those questions and then you read the case, you will be able to identify or focus your attention upon those hints which can help you in finding answers to those questions which has been asked in the case study. That is why I have written here, underline the hints. You don't have to write anything. You have to only underline the hints given in the case of case study and recall the points to be written in case of direct questions. If you do that, you will be saving much of your time. And you will see that once the writing time starts, it will be easy for you to attempt those questions easily. Let us move on to the second point now. As soon as that 15 minutes is over, then comes the writing time. That means after you have read the entire question paper, now you have to take decision which all question you have to attempt first. It is always advisable, my dear students, that you should start attempting that 5 or 6 marks question which you have tried to recall during the reading time, and attempt those questions first. If you attempt those questions first, it will be easy for you to save time, and also you will be able to write the answers in the best possible manner, because your mind will be fresh that time. But don't forget, that is why the first point here states, start attempting 6 marks questions first, followed by 5 marks. But if you are attempting 6 marks question, just make it a habit that all the 6 marks questions have to be attempted together. Don't do like this, one 6 marks, one 5 marks, one 4 marks, then you move on to 1 marks. You should not do that. Try to fix your attention and try to attempt all sections of the questions all together. After attempting the longer questions first, then you can straight away move on to the short answer questions. One thing more which is very important in attempting the question is related with time constraint. That is why I have written one point here, and that is related with stick to time constraint. Now earlier also I have focused that the paper is of 3 hours 15 minutes, not 3 hours. Now the number of questions which is asked in the subject is total 34 questions. If you see, 6 marks 3 questions, 5 marks 3 questions, 4 marks 3 questions, 3 marks 5 questions, and 1 mark 20 questions. Now the time distribution should be clear in your mind, how much time you should spend in answering these 6, 5, 4, 3 and 1 mark questions. If you are starting your question with 6 mark and it is only 3 questions of 6 mark, and you have decided, if it is a choice also, what all questions you have to attempt, you need to see that you should not spend 35 to 40 minutes in answering those 6 marks question. That means for every question you will be getting around 12 to 13 minutes, and that is more than enough. For 5 marks question, not more than 30 to 35 minutes should be taken. Similarly for 4 marks, 25 to 30 minutes. For 3 marks, 20 to 25 minutes. And for 1 mark, 20 questions, maximum you should take 30 to 35 minutes. Although it is expected that because it is 1 mark question, 1 minute for 1 question, not more than that, because already you all know that 1 mark question is very short answer type question, which may be 1 word to 1 sentence, it may be objective type, it may be multiple choice, and it doesn't take that much of the time. Maximum you can take this much time. And if you sum up this time, you will find that the maximum time which you have devoted in answering the question paper is 2 hours 45 minutes. That means still 15 minutes time is left. Now what are you going to do in this 15 minutes time which is left with you? Don't look here and there in that 15 minutes time and just see whether others have completed the question paper or not. You should and don't be overconfident that yes, I have written everything. You should use that time very wisely in the revision. You should try to revise whatever you have written, each and every line, each and every word, whatever content you have written, whatever questions you have mentioned. All those things have to be checked and verified in a proper manner in that 15 minutes time. And children, I can tell you one thing, that you will find a hell lot of mistakes in that also. And it is that time where you rectify it. If you are not in a hurry, you will be managing your time in the best possible manner, and that will help you in giving you a lot of satisfaction that you have done your paper well. After this, the third point which is related and which is very important in attempting this subject paper is presentation of the answer. Now children, I want to tell you one thing, that business study is one such subject which is basically a theoretical subject. Maximum part of the curriculum in business studies is theory based. If it is theory based, only studying hard, that is not going to help you in achieving good marks, in getting good